Today we are going to be creating a two-toned symmetrical collage just like this one. So grab your materials, watch the video and let's get creating.
Alright, let's have a look at what materials we're going to need today. First, we're going to need some white paper for the background, two different colours. I've got brown and red, glue stick, scissors, pencils and textures, or if you want to add more, some paint as well. Okay, let's create our symmetrical collage.
First, we're going to be creating our symmetrical character. So you'll need your brown piece of A5 card or paper or something similar to create it. Now, I've created a little puppy dog here, and you can change your animal by just changing the ears here. So have a think about what type of animal you would like to create and what type of ears might work. You could do some pointy ears, which you might be able to then turn your animal into a cat. Or maybe you want to do some tall ears, which would be like a bunny, which I'm going to do today. Have a think, maybe some rounded U-shaped ears could be a little bear, or maybe if you had some really big ears on the side, it could be almost like a koala. So have a think about what type of ears shape you want to be creating when we get to that step. To start off, we're going to make our character. We need our first card. I've got A5 size and I've got it in portrait, which means up, and I'm going to fold it in half to make sure that our character is symmetrical. So let's draw our body. We're drawing it on the fold so that when we cut it out and open it up, it will be the same on both sides. So let's start with the head. As we said before, you can draw your head as a circle, just like the one I've done here, or you can draw another shape. I'm going to draw mine as an oval, so I'm going to do a long U shape here, and it means that when I cut it out, it's going to be quite a wide head. Next, we need to overlap, so start just above our your head, a rectangle. Now you don't want the rectangle to be too wide. So just a small rectangle, make sure it's on the fold as well. Next, once again, starting just before you finished your neck, we're going to do a rectangle with some curved. So we're going to go out, and you can see it's overlapping, curve straight out. Now we want the body not to be bigger than the head. So I'm going to start curving now, and you can see that the head is wider than the body. So let's go down. All right, we've done that, and we'll go curve around again. And there's our body. Now we're going to do the arms and the legs separate. So if you want to, you can move your arms and legs around. So let's do the arms first. I'm going to draw them next to our body to make sure that they're not longer. So we're going to draw a rectangle and just stop just before our body ends. And then make a rectangle. Now we're going to draw the hands onto our rectangle of our arms. So we're going to draw a U shape here. If you wanted to, you could draw a thumb here, like I've done here. I'm just going to do a U shape here. Next, we're going to do the legs. So our legs are going to be, once again, we're going to use the rectangle, and we're going to start down here, go down, draw a rectangle, and I've got mine sitting on the edge of the paper here. Now we're going to draw the feet attached. So we're going to draw little triangles from So if you draw like a little square here, and then you draw a triangle down to the end of the paper, that's like a foot. Last of all, we want to draw the ears. Now, we talked before about you can choose your own ears depending on what type of animal you want. This one's got some little floppy ears for a dog. You could do pointy ears. You can do round ears. I said I'm going to do some floppy bunny ears. Here they are. Okay. Now we've got our head, our neck, our body, our arms and hands, and our legs and feet, and our ears. Now it's time to cut out.
Alright, next we need to glue it all together. I'm putting little dots of glue on each of the arms and legs just at the top and sticking it onto the back of my character. Make sure the back is where you've got any pencil marks so you can't see them when you finish your gluing.
Next, we need to create some of our clothing. So to do that, we're going to grab our second piece of card, which is my red one, and we're going to put our animal character on top of it. And we're going to use this and make sure our clothes fit. So I'm going to draw some shorts for my bunny. You could draw a skirt like I've done here, or overalls. You could just have a top on or a dress. It's up to you. So I'm going to draw some shorts. You see that I'm doing it around, trying to make sure that I'm drawing it as symmetrical as I can. Okay, when I lift it up, now I can draw this together. All right, so that's my pants. Now I'm also going to add some boots to my bunny. So I'm going to go out here. There we go. I'm going to draw another one over here. Just going to add, see if you can draw it almost exactly the same. They look pretty similar. Okay. Now I'm also going to add some red detail to the inner of my ears. Okay, so if you want to extend yourself, you can do that. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. Now I don't want my red parts to be as big as the ears, so I'll show you what I'll do in a minute. I'll just draw that first. Okay, what we're going to do is then we're going to go inside of it. So to make sure that when I glue it on, I can still see brown around my red part. Okay, now we can cut out our details and stick them on. Okay, now if you felt like that was challenging enough, that's all right. You can stick your bunny down and draw your face and your details, and you can color in and make a background for it. If you want to extend yourself, let's move on to the next step. Right. Now, if you want to extend yourself today, let's try and create some perspective by adding something to the foreground and the background of our artwork. Now, have a think about where your character is. In this one, this character is just on a pathway going up to its house. In my character, I've got a bunny, so I'm going to put it in a farm. So I'm going to put some carrots down the front, and I think I'll put a tree up the back. So have a think about the location or the environment that your animal is in. Is it in the jungle? Is it in a house? Is it in a forest or in the ocean? Have a think about where it is and how you can create something for the foreground and something for the background. I'm going to fold this in half just like I did with the bunny. That's what I did with the house over here too, fold it in half. Now I'm going to draw my tree. I think I'll draw a skinny trunk here. And it can go over there. All right, let's cut it out. All right, now that's going to be in the background. Now I think I might want my tree trunk to be a little bit shorter. Okay, so I'm going to cut that. That's a good thing with art. You can always change things up as you go along if you don't think it works. And I might even make this a bit more rounded on top. Yeah, there we go. I think that works a bit better. Now, when you glue it down, it can be overlapping as well, okay? Because when you're looking sometimes at things in the distance, sometimes they're partially behind objects in front of them. Okay, let's create some of our carrots to go down here. When I think about the shape of my carrots, and they're like rounded triangles. All right, I'm going to cut those out. Let's glue it all together. Now remember, collages are where you have layers. So I need to make sure that I glue my tree down first before I put down my animal character, because they're going to be overlapping. Okay, next we need to draw in our details. So grab your black marker or any other pens or pencils that you want to use.
All right, don't forget to draw the eyes and the features on the face nice and symmetrical as well. I've done some nice big bushy eyebrows and rabbit teeth, some shadow lines, and maybe highlighting some of the details. Think about maybe some patterns on your shirt or your clothing as well to add extra interest. And this is the horizon line. It helps us know where to do the perspective from as well. And details on your objects in your foreground and your background. I've done some carrots with details of roots and leaves, and some of your details can be overlapping as well.
So another way to make something look like there's perspective in an artwork is to draw a path. So remember we said that it starts wider down the bottom and goes thinner at the top, and I'm going to have the path go towards the tree. All right. And then come on either side of my character. There we go. One or like this one. I'd love to see what you have created. So please don't forget to send me a copy and share with me. Bye, see you next time.